I'm Judith Thompson, a keen supporter of the Royal Humane Society. Initially interested because my uncle John received a silver award for saving a friend from the jaws of a crocodile in Kenya in 1933. Then, as a St. Thomas's trained Nightingale nurse, I learned how much the ability to deliver mouth-to-mouth cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, saves lives. I'm reading from my home in Western Australia. The Royal Humane Society was founded in 1774 by two sagacious, enlightened doctors, keen to pioneer techniques of resuscitation. The Society gave awards to those who put their own lives in danger to save or attempt to save another by acts of bravery or by resuscitation. I am privileged today to be able to read this citation for Sarah Belshaw, who fulfilled both these tenets of bravery and resuscitation. 1984, young nurse saves colleague from bandits. To put this into context, 1984 was the year HIV, human immune deficiency virus, was finally identified as being the causative agent for AIDS. The year geneticists discovered DNA fingerprinting, the year of the miners' strike, of Thomas the Tank Engine and the Bill's first broadcasts on ITV, and the year where in Notting Hill, Bob Geldof and 36 star-studded musicians formed the charity Band Aid and recorded and released They Do Not Know It's Christmas for famine relief in Ethiopia. That's the context. So here's the citation for Sarah Belshaw. In Trujillo, a city in the Peruvian coastal desert, 650 kilometers north of Lima, on the site of pre-Inca temples of the sun and moon, Miss Sarah Belshaw, aged 22, and Miss Christine Mullins, aged 24, two British nurses, were visiting the temples at Molche, just outside Trujillo. A small boy was at the site selling ceramics, which both Belshaw and Mullins were admiring. Suddenly, bandits attacked the boy, who managed to wriggle free and escape. The thieves then grabbed the nurses, demanded money, which they refused, and fired a shot. Mullins was hit, and Belshaw eventually saw that a bullet had entered her neck on the right and lodged in the left side. She was bleeding and began to have respiratory problems and turned blue. Belshaw started mouth-to-mouth resuscitation at the same time as desperately looking around for help in this isolated area. Belshaw did not, of course, know if the thieves were still in the area. For over an hour, she stayed protecting her friend, giving MMR and dashing out, attempting to attract attention and help. Eventually, Belshaw attracted the attention of a villager with a horse and cart. Mullins was loaded into the cart. Belshaw continued MMR, mouth-to-mouth, on the long trip across the desert towards Trujillo. Mullins was eventually transferred to a minibus and thence to hospital in Trujillo. Mullins was evacuated from Trujillo, Lima, and thence by air to Miami, where she went into a deep coma before being returned, now back to hospital in England. Her Britannic Majesty's ambassador to Peru states, "Had she, Belshaw, not acted so selflessly, I have no doubt that her companion, Mullins, would have died on the spot before she ever got to hospital in Trujillo. I believe that the bravery and devotion displayed by Belshaw were of an exceptional order and deserve a wider recognition." Sarah Belshaw was awarded a Royal Humane Society Silver Medal. I'm sure you are as humbled as I by Sarah Belshaw's heroic bravery and dedicated resuscitation despite horrendous circumstances. I personally relate to two young nurses exploring the remote ancient civilizations. And as an emergency nurse who has taught resuscitation, I know how vital it is for every one of us to be able to do CPR in an emergency. Education in resuscitation was the aim of those progressive doctors in 1774, 250 years ago, when they founded the Royal Humane Society. I applaud all those wonderful acts of bravery and lives saved by so many citizens. This is just one of 90,000 in the Society's archives, read to celebrate the Royal Humane's 250th anniversary. The Society is a registered charity, heavily dependent on donations. You can join as a friend for £25 a year. Just make a donation via the website or become more involved as a governor for £100 per annum, attending the AGM, meeting brave awardees and trustees. Thank you for your support, and thank you for letting me share with you Sarah Belshaw's very brave story. Thank you.